All right, boys, if you are going to run Shoreline, especially for loot runs and tasks, obviously you want to keep your tasking time down as much as possible so you can get more tasks done. Red Rebel, Paracord, and or money for car. Car will always be there. Ain't no PMCs taking it, so definitely a thing. All right. So we're just going to run the M1 in this spec for test drive. We've got a few dailies. We've got a weekly we can grind away at. I'm sure we've got another task to go down to the pier, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So when we're pushing up past cottages, if we have this spawn here, rather than wrapping all the way around, which can be a little bit problematic, knowing the spawns on the left, we're going to have a spawn that will come up on the far left of this fence line. They sort of spawn out in the field, come down and push around. That's normally like a 3-man that will do that. Sometimes they'll go inside and come out. I'm sure you just heard the footsteps then. Obviously we've got Sani as well that can be there, who I do need to kill. Oh, actually. Ah, yeah, he's coming over here. We've got terrible ammo as well. We've got fucking absolutely tragic ammo. Like, today we're going to have to do some lighthouse. Whatever. We need to break that line of sight. And we've got to work out up and over to here. We need to get on blue fence as quickly as we can. Because they will come W keying out. And what they do is they'll run all the way up. They run up here. And then they sort of run up to like the big concrete plateau. Where like the opposite side of the fence to where the helicopter is. And then they'll sort of flirt around that area. And then they'll push in. And they're normally the guys that you'll see standing out the front at the helicopter. Like their originating spawn is ironically cottages. Not always, but if you get into the raid and you actually move out of your spawn at a decent rate, you'll pick up on their like early map rotations, and that just. It's always good to be aware of it because you don't want to run into it. And it also helps you understand what their next movements will be. So if Sani's in east and there's already PMCs in west and you hear a lot of gunfire going, it's probably these guys. They've stood outside the helicopter long enough. They're going to push in and try and loot. And they're going to end up getting their cheeks clapped by Sani. Or they'll end up being best mates with Sani. It's in my raid anyway. Alright, so we've got to be careful this left window. And then in there. Okay, doors open. Straight in and up. And we're going to get into 220. And we're going to eat quick. So keys that we're going to need for west is 104, 112. The keyboard just turned itself off. Love that. Yeah, so 104, 112, 220, 216, 221, 205, 306, 301. Obviously, we've got to check. Keycard spawns in 104 underneath the folder on the desk, or on the desk. 112 by the TV on the right as you go in, and then spiral underneath 301 in the basement, in the metal filing cabinets in there, and that's going to be all that we're going to be checking keycard wise here. If you're thirsty for loot, hit those boxes. I will say this: like Shoreline. Despite the fact, you know, in general, I'm making pretty good money on here. When I say pretty good, I mean by like normal Tarkov standards, not PvE standards. Like, we're not doing what we were doing on streets where we were averaging like 10 mil a raid or whatever the stupid number was. It's an obscene amount of money. We're not looking at that. What we're looking at is, can we get up to like the 3-4 million ruble mark each raid? Shit. So one of the things we're going to be doing as well, we'll be bringing the second injector case, because there's so many injector spawns on the map. Granted, they're not really going to be much more than morphine and adrenaline for the most part. However, you know, 9 adrenaline, you know, for the sake of one slot is, you know, 180,000 on vendor. And, yeah, it's pretty decent. These med spawns, I would say, you although you want to, like, obviously, you know, stock up on some of the loot, don't go too crazy on, like, you don't want to be listing, like, you know, 40 Calyx and then 40 Surveillors and shit like that. Because someone's just going to come in and undercut you and your shit's just going to stay there. Like, do them in, like, you know, 5s and 10s. However you want to do it, you can do it, but that's what I would suggest. Don't go too crazy on listing shitloads. Of course, it's dealer's choice. Alright, so we know that we've got feet below us. They're probably going to be in 106, which is kind of like opposite slightly, further down lane on the right to 104. So we will check that. I'm never not going to check keycard spawns on this map. Alright, power banks are like 500k at the moment. So one of the very few upsides to running, you know, shitty ammo is you don't mind taking it out your gamma. Especially at the moment when we haven't got Cappy, you know, we're sort of missing those 3 slots. And when you're, like, looting these rooms, again, much as what I'd say for PvE and PvP, this is, well, sorry, much as I would say the same for PvP, is just be careful, man, like, transitioning from room to room and, like, where you stand. Try and always have in the back of your mind, you know, someone could be outside looking at you. So try and close those angles down. The AI are probably a bit more nuclear with their aim than players are, if I'm honest with you, when you're in these rooms. They quite happily shoot between the smallest of layouts, sight lines. I'm quite happy to sit you down very quickly. Alright, free room is just garbage. If you do end up on this floor, if you go into this room onto that balcony and the PMCs are aggroed on you, they will push up onto 3rd. We will get scavs crabbing on us when we're inside 301, so try to be quick in 301. Again, if there's PMCs outside, they will find that they will try their best to find an angle. Yeah, so we're going to be careful for PMCs, even as far as here. And then admin, they will be on 2nd. They will come into this room. They'll be down here. They'll be in the tunnel. They'll be, you know, all over the place. They will try their very best to get shots on you. What I would say, how I tend to play it, is I treat it as if I know Sanny's in there. Because if Sanny's in there, I'm just not going to give him an angle, ever. Because he won't give you a second chance to recover. A lot of the time, like if he's aggroed you from admin while you're in 301, he's probably in a little he's probably feeling a little bit zesty. Alright, so that scav's popped on up to say hi. That's cool, bro. Alright. Such a cool feature to have scavs come up here and camp you. Like, if you had music on, like I would normally do, like, you actually wouldn't hear that. Like, I just normally have music on. Without a care, you know, not a care in the world. Because I'm, like, running fucking shoreline again. Pretty sure I just had a door open as well. Alright, so PvP, I would have already swung 104. I would have gone on to second, sound hoarded for 20 seconds, try and got some audio, maybe go out to one of the balconies and grab some audio, and then I would have most likely have hit 221, checked for red, come back down, hit 104, and then go back up, loot the rooms, 205, and what you just saw me do there. That's how I would go about doing that. PvE, it's a little different. I'm actually not going to go down and check first floor at the moment. I'm actually going to push over to east now, and okay, bottom right side of admin. There are so many spawns and like locations where PMCs are going to congregate and sit and chill that will engage you on this transition over the bridge. That it's almost not even worth trying to run across it, because they're just going to light you up, and because of these sandbags, it reduces your hitbox that they can engage from your whole body, i.e. your rig, your armor, to, in essence, if you're down low where they are, like the line of sight they have is kind of like your clavicle up to up, clavicle up. So they don't really have a great deal of room to work with, so they just tend to fucking head eyes you, which makes it somewhat counterintuitive to really run across. Alright, so Intel 209, this is a free room. Again, be careful of what's outside. Leady spawns there. We've got a body. Wow, nice. Med bags in here, and then there can be a weapon box as well. 2 med bags and a weapon box, and then this big green sexy box. One of the things you're going to have to do on this map, which you don't really need to do on streets, is loot prioritization. So fill up on loot the best you can, and then you're going to have to start swapping stuff out if you find better shit. Man, it's a shame O-scopes aren't worth more at the moment. I find so many O-scopes. Right, so East Wing, we're going to want 226 or 222, depending on whatever floats your boat. I think if you start at 222, I find that's just weird. I think that's just weirdo plays, man. So second floor, 226. You're going to check 219. You're going to check 209. But they're both free, so you won't need a key for them. I mean, the map, I have to say, compared to, like, if you want to scav run maps and make money, I do think this is quite a tricky map to do that on. Because a lot of things are, like, you know, locked behind keys. So it's not like streets in that sense where, you know, you can... Bro, I swear I just saw an emote in here. Yeah, you did. You're just bugging. You are going to have to shoot your gun. You are going to have to... you are going to have to fork out some money on keys. Overall, most likely cheaper than streets. Well, no, not most likely. Definitely is cheaper than streets, key-wise. Alright, into 228. This is a free room. What we're going to be careful of here is this line of sight here. Come out to the... Right, you see this here? This is where all the PMCs transition and they rotate out. Where they go, I ain't got a clue. I don't know where they go from here. I think they're trying to leave the raid. But all that traffic that you're going to get in East is predominantly PMCs trying to leave the raid. and they're gonna 99% of the time run through east and head out over there. They'd even run into east to then turn around and leave again. It's weird, but that's where they're going. So you'll hear that metal. That's exactly what that was a second ago. All right, so we're gonna go up onto third. Third, we're gonna be hitting 328 or the universal storage key. 328 when I got these keys was like 500,000, and this storage room key was like 20k or something. So, and it opens more than one room. All right. Bow, bow, bow. Meds and PCs, boys. Meds and PCs. GPUs, LEDXs, oscopes, defibs, power banks, e-motors, PSUs. That's key cards. That's what this map is known for. And I still know a lot of guys that will main maps like labs. They just don't have the time or the patience to be crabbed on streets. So they'll come here and they'll just run shoreline for a few hours, make a buckload of money and dip out and go back to giving it all away to Xiaoling. It's a strange process. Alright, next keys we're going to grab is 314 and 313. This again, med bags and some weapon parts down here on the floor, which can be nice. That's worth cheddar normally. Probably not now. And then we get some tools there. In here we've got a med spawn up top, and then med bags normally spawns there, and one can spawn on the chair as well. It's rare that you don't get one of them spawn, at least. So the fact that we got none then, I think it's kind of impressive. Alright. Gonna head out now. We're gonna come into 312. Again, be mindful that the PMCs are patrolling down that metal fence. They've got a line of sight on you from first, second, and third floor. So if you just get instantly head tapped whilst looting shit, then that's probably why. Alright, next room is 310. This is the famous Pesley room where he found like 3 Bitcoin on the table in here. I think the best I think I found in here is 3 horses on the table, to be honest. Yeah, they nerfed that shit real quick after you done that. But you can get a lot of duffels in here. You can get like 4 or 5 duffels in here. So just get used to looting duffels and PCs. The volume of quote-unquote loose loot that exists on the game after their nerf is minimal. 308. Why aren't we gonna just buy? You can buy 308 or 306, and you can hit the jump over out there. However, at the moment we're so heavy, I cannot be asked to hit that jump over and then hear some sketchy Russian voice line come at me and then getting beamed off of it. So I just bought both keys. I'm quite happy. You know, I need to find one GPU, which I've done many times over from this room to sort of cover the costs on that and some. Alright, so we've got 4, always have 4 PCs in this room. These are like hard spawns. It won't be variable. A lot of, so again, like on streets, and even interchange. Some of the, oh my god. Hi. Streets and interchange, some of the spawns are variable, which leads to things being quite inconsistent for loot runs, which is why like interchange can be crazy for GPUs, or it can just be tragic. So weapon box, don't know the spawn rate on the weapon box. Not really that bothered, don't often loot it, to be honest. Gold spawn in here. You get another weapon box spawn there, another weapon box spawn here, and one of your controllers will be there as well for your tasks later on. Alright, so we're not going to go down and rotate out from here. That shouldn't be closed. Did I close that? We're actually going to go to the far end of the wing. Because we want to break down this long lane first. Because once that's cleared, the AI won't come up the fire engine into the wing. So once it's cleared, it's cleared. So we're going to clear the wing from the far side. And then we're going to head on down and work our way through. Right. They like this room as well for some reason. If you do push in, by the way, guys, if you spawn in with an east wing spawn, be mindful that if PMCs have spawned in east and Sunny's here, it's likely that either the guards or the PMCs will be at one end of ground floor, and the others will be the other side. Like down at Woodroom, and you can get them as high up as here, and they'll sit on the window. They'll just beam you as you come over the entrance through the hole in the fence. So they're fun like that. But yes, unfortunately, we are back to this, and money-wise is. Alright, some of these doors are closed. I swear, are normally open. Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be making. I think we're probably going to average like 30% of what we were making. So it's going to be a little bit grim on generating the cheddar. And for a lot of you, that's just going to put you off playing. However, I would just remind you that it hasn't always been OP for loot. In fact, what we did have was nice. It was what you would expect at this time of the wipe, loot-wise. You'd expect the loot to be buffed like that. And obviously, with no PMCs on the map to loot the map, or to vacuum it, you would anticipate there being a lot of loot on the map like we had. But with the key card buffs as well, or spawns put in on streets, it just kind of made it like OD as fuck, to be honest. And I'm surprised that a lot of you are charging the prices that you are for certain things on the flea. It seems a little crazy to me. Because I know that 99.99999% of the people on the flea have not got the means or desire to actually make real money properly. They'll cheese, they'll happily cheese it, but they're not actually going to put work in and grind. They're just not. All right, so we do have admin to hit. I guess we'll go take a little look. Let's see what's going on. Right. No, mantle, please. Thank you. Alright, so we get PMCs in the bushes, right side, left side. The guys over in west can still get a line of sight on us. We're going to get guys up top, right and left, and obviously down low and all that jazz. So the best way in for us at the moment is going to be probably this side, actually, of cinema. We don't want to go west side. We've not cleared the west side. Well, we have, but we haven't. Alright, so they've come through here. Coming at this on the left swing. Have I got this key? We have. Shit. There's about 10 different safe keys for this map. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's drag you out, actually. We'll drag you there, you there. You can go there. Why have you not got a docs case with you? A young man. And then, again, depending on how much time you've got in raid, hit the filing cabinets. There's 2 here, and then that one there. You will get PMCs in all of these rooms, boys. Every one of these rooms. Like, when they come into admin, they come into admin type shit, you know? Like, they're not... They ain't just mincing around downstairs, you know. Waiting for divine intervention. They're definitely very, very active. Oh, man. Oh, daddy. You there. You there. Okay, Ming Max Ting. We've only got one of you. We're not actually gonna sell them. I know we won't. I know we'll just end up vendoring them. That can go on a gun, or not at all. That there. That there. That'll do, I guess. But like pretty much every raid, I found that I've pulled a GPU, literally. Footsteps left. Admin. Interesting. Probably do that. Be careful, you will have scavs push you up here, as well as PMCs will definitely come up and push you as well. So the audio can be a little fucky. It is Shoreline after all. It's not known for having fantastic audio. So just be mindful of that when you're looting PCs, because PCs are quite obnoxious, they're quite loud. Alright, we need to find 6 slots. Bum 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 bum. Alright, we don't have enough of them. I mean, it's like whatever a slot. Alright, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's that time. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so like I said, the PMCs will definitely come on over and have a play with you. Even late in the raid, they'll just like randomly turn up. I don't understand the logic behind them. I don't think there is any logic behind them. I think what we're witnessing is a very normal BSG-esque type vibe with regards to don't think about it too much, little bro. You give yourself a headache. You're going to try and use logic to understand something that there was no logic ever behind it in the first place. So trying to get a read on the room is always hard with BSG anyway, because I don't think they know what they're doing a lot of the time. Bless them. They're just following the orders of old Nikita. Fuck me, cunt. Meds are going. Meds, you go there. You go there. Oh my god, no. You go there. The one thing I would say at the moment about PvE that's kind of good is motherfuckers are clueless about what we will actually pay for stims. Right, we've got enough loot on us and we've got too much exposure. By that I mean, because Jay did not bring a Dux case, I've got, 2 intel that aren't guaranteed at the moment. So, what I don't want to do is get sat and, die with 2 intel that I really should be coming out with regardless. So there's no point me going to check as a 1 in a 10,000 chance spawn or whatever fucking number there is for a red key card. Although I've actually pulled 2 red key cards out of there this wipe already, so I've kind of hit my quota for the amount of raids that I've run. But that's pretty much it, boys. That is pretty much just a loot run as it is at the moment. That wasn't even a good loot run. You're going, oh, yeah, you've got free intel. Yeah, but it's just there was nothing. Like the volume of med spawns and shit that we hit. I mean, we failed to hit what 3. I think we actually missed 4 keycard spawns that raid as well. So we could have done more. That's it. Good luck.